Winnipeg police are teaming up with several social agencies to provide a support session in the wake of 32-year-old Lisa Gibson's death and the death of her two young kids last week. Police are holding a community resource evening tonight from 5:30 to 8:30 at the Kirkfield Westwood Community Center on Sammy Avenue. It includes members of the Winnipeg Regional Health Authority, the Mobile Crisis Unit, and Manitoba Family Services. Residents are encouraged to drop in and access information about services available to help them deal with any emotional difficulty they may be experiencing. Meanwhile, a candlelight vigil is planned for tomorrow evening close to where Gibson's body was found in the Red River north of the Forks. There's also a memorial service for Gibson and her children at the McKinsey Funeral Home in Stonewall tomorrow. The deaths have sparked a call for a provincial inquest. An appeal from the estate of Brian Sinclair over his wrongful death lawsuit has been denied by the Manitoba Court of Queen's Bench. Sinclair, a disabled, homeless Aboriginal man, died in a Winnipeg hospital waiting room in September 2008 after spending more than 30 hours waiting for care. The court upheld a ruling the estate did not have the right to make a claim for the breach of his right to life under the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. Yesterday's ruling stated that only people who are alive have the right to sue for an infringement of their own life. The family of Sammy Abad, a teen shot dead by Toronto police over the weekend, are reaching out to the police force as they continue to come to terms with the loss. Messages of condolences and encouragement continue to fill the site where Yatim died. The 18-year-old Syrian immigrant was shot multiple times by police during a standoff in an empty streetcar. His family has issued a statement thanking the police chief for reaching out as they await the outcome of the investigation.
We're not going to go and blame the whole police force for an action of one police officer, but definitely could have been handled different way, and we hope in the future those police will get a better training.
However, there was anger towards Toronto police Monday during a march and vigil for Yatim. A second protest is scheduled for August 13th. A funeral service is scheduled for tomorrow. A Spanish court says black box data recorders show a train conductor was on the phone and going 153 kilometers an hour, nearly double the speed limit, when the train derailed, killing 79 people last week. Investigators say the train was going as fast as 192 kilometers just before the derailment, and the conductor put on the brakes seconds before the crash. The court says the conductor was talking on the phone to an official with Spain's national rail company when the crash happened, and apparently was consulting a paper document at the time. The conductor is charged with multiple counts of negligent homicide. A U.S. Army private faces up to 136 years in prison after a court-martial in Maryland convicted him of espionage and other charges. 25-year-old Bradley Manning was charged after he gave thousands of classified U.S. government files to WikiLeaks in 2010. Manning says he did it to spark a debate on U.S. foreign policy. His sentencing hearing starts today and is expected to last several weeks. Back at home, the wait is almost over for the Riverwalk trail at the Forks. The trail has been underwater for the last several months due to spring flooding and heavy rains, but the water has since dropped and crews are getting close to having it completely open. In fact, if everything goes according to plan, the entire trail could open in time for the August long weekend.
I think it was around this time last year that it opened, so it's not uncommon for it to be, a midsummer opening, but ideally we'd love to have it open, in time for the whole summer and summer holidays.
Officials say that crews are dealing with two trouble spots, one further up on the Red and the other down the Assiniboine. They add they'd like to see the water level drop another 6 inches to make the cleanup a little bit easier. We'll have more news coming up at 8 o'clock. Right now we'll check in with Jenna.